Tonight, we turn to the growing force reshaping global power, BRICS. Once seen as a loose coalition of emerging economies, it now stands at the center of the world, tilting towards multipolarity. As U.S. influence shows signs of decline, BRICS nations are pressing forward not only with political and economic clout, but with bold ambitions to craft a monetary system that could one day challenge the dollar's dominance. To discuss this, we are now joined by researcher and international affairs expert Mustafa Taleb. He is a researcher and international affairs expert joining us from Tehran. Mr. Taleb, good to see you. Mr. Taleb, let's begin with your thoughts on the significance of the BRICS, especially for the emerging nations, and that the term multipolar is almost always associated with the BRICS, which is gaining traction globally. And how can an alliance like BRICS push this emerging world order?
Hello, good night to all observers. Well, we're currently standing at a historical turning point in the international system. What is referred to as a multipolar world is in fact a natural response of rising powers and major emerging economics to 7 decades of concentrated Western, particularly U.S. dominance. And in this regard, BRICS has played 3 fundamental roles in this transformation. The first is shifting the global economic center of gravity toward the global south. It means that today, over 40% of the world's population and more than $32 trillion in GDP are represented within BRICS countries. This means that the world's economic power is being redistributed, no longer confined to a single continent or a singular civilization block. The second part, building power mechanism to Western-centric order. BRICS tries to establish a structure that are not dependent on legacy structures like the IMF or the World Bank, because those systems are designed by Western sides and they tried for expand colonialism. And these structures, I mean BRICS structures function is a new breathing system for independent and sovereign states. In parts of third, I can inform that offering a new political discourse, a discourse rooted in equality, mutual respect, and balanced economic cooperation and rejection of hegemonies. This is why BRICS is seen not merely as an economic club, but as a driving engine of the multipolar world. And now about the multipolarity, we have many acts by BRICS countries that they trying to stop unipolarity or bipolarity and focused on multipolarity. In this regard, Russia started since years ago with common conferences between the South countries of the world to cooperating and designing multipolarity, because now these days the world need to move towards more multipolarity, and many countries day to day trying to join to these systems, because now multipolarity can help to growing the world economic, and also it can help to the dollarization in this world now.
Mr. Talib, we're talking about de-dollarization. When we talk about BRICS, de-dollarization comes to mind. One of BRICS' most ambitious goals, which is to establish a monetary system that can bypass the dollar. As many say, it's being used as a weapon by the US, obviously. So are we witnessing the early stages of a new global monetary order, one where the dollar is no longer the king? And what steps have been taken so far?
Okay, well, in reality, we are witnessing the beginning of the end of the dollar's monopoly, not through a sudden collapse, but through a gradual structured transition. In this point, several points illustrate this shift. The dollar has transferred from a financial instrument into a political weapon. Countries such as Iran, Russia, China, and even close U.S. partners have experienced how Washington's using the dollar for sanctions and stop the countries who will be independent. This has pushed many states to seek monetary security to protect themselves from U.S. leverage, and substantial portion of China, Russia, India, Russia, Iran, China, and even Spain, South Africa, Brazil transactions now occur in national currencies. And in other terms, I can inform that BRICS has established a parallel financial system through the NDB. I mean, the New Development Bank is gradually emerging as an alternative platform for lending, investment, and mutual cooperation. In short, in a sense, I can inform we are witnessing the birth of new financial design, not the end of the dollar, but the end of the dollar's exclusive monopoly.
Mr. Talib, I want to touch on Donald Trump's reactions as well, his response. He has openly criticized BRICS, calling it a threat to U.S. interests. So why do you think BRICS provoked such a strong reaction from Washington or Donald Trump? Is this fear rooted in economic competition, geopolitical rivalry, or a deeper ideological, discomfort with a world not centered on the West? So that's my main question. And also, how should BRICS respond to these threats and attempts at the containment of the BRICS, the group?
This is a good point because now the source of this concern goes far deeper than root and political disputes. The United States fears three major shifts in this field, and also Trump, as an leader of the United States, fears the economic. He entered to the challenge with the economic monopoly, challenge to geopolitical dominance, and challenge to ideological dominance. It means that BRICS has now reached, if not surpassed, the aggregate economic scale of the G7 group. And this is a danger signal for Washington because this signals the emergence of an independent economic pole, something it has always tried to prevent. And regarding the geopolitical dominance, the growing influence of Iran, China, and Russia in energy, connectivity corridors, and global security presents a serious obstacle to U.S. hegemony. And regarding the ideological dominance, BRICS has a clear message to him, to the United States, and exactly to Trump. But this message is the world is not limited to the West, and this is what the United States finds difficult to accept. Thus, Trump's reaction is not personal or electoral issues. It is reflects an United States strategy anxiety toward an international system in which it no longer has the final say, and how should BRICS respond? Because it's very important to thinking about the response in face of Trump's threat. And BRICS structure must expand non-dollar financial cooperation, strengthen intra-BRICS trade, and in other factors we can focus and develop shared infrastructure in energy and connectivity corridors, because now these days connectivity corridors is much more important for western side of the world. I mean, Trump's and its alliance, Europe continent, and especially some countries that collected in north sides of the world, and enhancing media and narrative cooperation across the global south. In short, we can conclude BRICS response is not confrontation, but the consolidation of collective strategy autonomy.
Thank you, Mr. Talib. On that note, I would like to thank our guest, Mr. Mustafa Talib. He's a researcher and international affairs expert joining us from the Iranian capital, Tehran. Mr. Talib, thank you for your time, sir.